And here's what we're going to go through today. What is content marketing? Why market ourselves organically? And the largest portion is going to be me talking about how do we market ourselves organically. And why is that? It's because this is what I do for a living. If you're not familiar with me, my name's Nadine Hare. I'm an organic marketer, content writer, copywriter. I love all things that are related to words, design, creative marketing. And we're going to be talking about this today. So has everyone chatted in? Well, some people. The next thing I want to ask you is, can you chat in as I go through the next slide, what you consider organic marketing to be? So some people have said marketing without using paid ads. What else do you think it might be? Any examples? And I will go through the next slide. So what we're going to do is you're going to leave here by knowing, especially in the how-to part, how to set up elements of organic marketing. And none of these will require you to have your own website. That's important. I'll show you how to set up a newsletter very quickly, how to create a search engine optimized services page, and how to pimp your LinkedIn profile with some beautiful visuals. And there are 3 ways to get started. If you have a website, I'm going to mention something at the end that will show you how you can do this much more. But I think that it's important to be able to give people opportunities to do this without having to host a website on Wix, WordPress, all of those. And today, let's go back to all the things that you've chatted in. Okay, organic marketing usually needs a diversified approach, so we don't just rely on social media, even if it's helpful. Yes, many of you people here will know me because of social media. That's where I met you. But that is not all of content marketing. That is a very small part of it. Word of mouth, Nikki, good point. Yeah, it's a WOMO. I think like the cool kids are calling it these days, is a really overlooked part of marketing. And it relates to dark social as well. I'm going to mention that in a second. So I have a dictionary definition. It's not Merriam-Webster. You are cool, Nikki. You're always cool. This is my definition. I think that this is how I would describe it to somebody who's never done marketing, because I want to make this as understandable as possible for absolutely everyone. It's a long-term digital marketing strategy. People like me use it to build brand awareness, to engage and entertain leads using, as people said, non-paid tactics. And for those of you who don't know what paid tactics are, that's Google Ads, it's LinkedIn promotions, anything that you pay for to push things to a greater audience. And the tactics that we do use, which I consider organic marketing, might be search engine optimization, blog posts, guest posting on other people's websites, video content, things like YouTube, podcasts, social media marketing, email marketing even. I include that, and user-generated content as well. All of these things can be harder to control, and that's why they're not paid for. So there are so many ways that you can lean into organic marketing. That's just a short list. And as I mentioned, we're going to focus on 3 that do not require a website today. Okay, before we move on, why market ourselves organically? Well, in my mind, like there's one big reason that I do it, but I'll split it into 2. One, it helps me limit the sales outreach, which, because I don't love it, I don't love getting on sales calls. I don't think many people love this. And the second thing is that as you're doing the content marketing, you're refining your message, and that helps you even with the sales outreach because you're practicing, you're finessing it, and it creates consistency. So yeah, if you don't love doing sales calls, cold outreach, you'll need much less of it if you market yourself in this way. And it's all about letting people see you, trust you, make it easy for them to contact you with organic marketing. Okay, quick intro to what I'm going to show you today. I said we're going to focus on a newsletter, a services page, and your LinkedIn profiles. Yes, creating relationships and trust. Crucial, Sophie. And I'm going to get into how to do each one. I'm going to show you the tools that I like to use, but there are others, but I just want to keep this short and simple to show you how easy it is to get started without a website. So let's go first with your newsletter. I am going to stop sharing because I need to show you a different page. Now, what I am going to do now is show you my entire screen, which is going to be, there we go. So you're looking at my whole screen. And what I want to show you today is how to get started on Substack. So if we're starting with newsletters, Here we go. This is what it's going to look like if you've never used Substack before. There are other options, Medium, you can start a LinkedIn newsletter. Obviously, if you have a subscriber list, that's great, but this is how you don't even need a subscriber list to get started. Just hit here, start writing, so easy. Type in your email address and then you get going. Now, let me flick over to how this is going to look once you're in here. Once you're in your dashboard, which is what Substack looks like, you can just start writing new posts. Now, I'm showing you these statistics because I think it's important to show. I had 306. This is just my little Substack. It is not like my main marketing platform, but I had 366 views just in one month. And I only have 33 subscribers. So I think that speaks to quite a lot of how much reach you can get, even if nobody knows you. Like, these are not people that know me. It's just Substack pushing my newsletter to people to be able to discover me. And I think if I go back to my main, yeah. Oh, it's because I'm within Migrant in Mexico. Let me go back to my standard Substack. Here we go, start Substack home. You'll see the different publications that I follow. Now I'm subscribed to these. Huge shout out to Cecilia and Meredith Farley. I love these. Obviously, I'm on a cat newsletter. Neuralink, great tool to manage your social media. And here it's kind of like a social media platform. So you can easily discover people, support them, comment in the same way that you can a social media platform, which allows you to reach new people who are not active on Instagram, on TikTok, on whatever. And if you want to create little notes, like they're like posts, basically, you can do that. Or you can create a newsletter, as I say. And as people subscribe, it will start looking like this for them. So let me go to, how about this one? You can see I like my own posts because I'm that sort of person. Okay, so you can see this here. These little subscribe options are easy to pop in. All you need to do is just select the option. You type in, you can add images. So easy to get started. This is one of my most basic newsletters, Substacks, and yet it got so many likes. So yeah, I do encourage you to have a look at Substack. It's so easy to get started. And another thing that's so good is you can get people, you don't have to pay, it's free, but you can get people to subscribe to you if you want. So you start having one or two people that like what you're doing, and you can give them the option to begin to subscribe to your stuff. I have some things, for example, this one, I put it behind a paywall just to see, just to be able to show you what it's like. That means that people can only read up to here, and then it gives them a paywall. They have to pay to be able to see the rest of the story. So I think that's a really interesting feature. If you have something that's hyper personal or too valuable that you just, it would hurt you to share it for free, put it behind a paywall. And that's an option that you can do on Substack. Hence why I think it's very good. Now, if you have questions, oh, let me check the chat. Liking your own post is a question, two or not two. I will come back to that. Nikki, whether we should like or not our own posts. And I'm glad you recognize these articles, David. I'm glad that you've read the odd one. So we're now going to go to how to set up a services page by TopMate. Again, if you have questions about Substack or setting up a newsletter, drop those in. I'll see them. I want to show you how it looks to create your services page without having something on your website. So this is what TopMate looks like if you've never logged in. Very easy. Again, sign up, log in, start my page. It's going to ask you to log in and create an account. It's super easy. And again, I'm going to show you what it looks like if you already have a dashboard. Okay. Maybe I should show you actually what my TopMate looks like so you can see the final product, and then I'll show you how to get there from TopMate. This is not sponsored by any of these tools, by the way. I wish it were, but I'm just showing you what I use. Again, TopMate is free to get started on. They take a proportion, or they take a portion, I should say, of what you sell. I think it's about 5%, no different from PayPal. And yeah, I love this. So Sophie's on here and she's actually used it. Got a lovely review from her. So you can add onto TopMate a description about who you are, links to other things so that people can find you elsewhere and check that you're like a real person, which again helps build that trust. And you can add on these products. Now, I've actually got 4 products, but you can't see one because I've hidden it. But as you go into each of these, let's say somebody wanted like mentorship, which means that I give you personalized attention. Um, they just hop in and they go, okay, cool. I want to see Nadine on Monday. She's free at these times. I book in, confirm details. It's so easy to book time, and then they charge you through the site, so you don't have to have your own paywall set up. I did that on my own website, sorry, and it was difficult. It was complicated, but here it's all set up for you. It's all very automated. Now I'm going to show you how you can set up your product page, and I will also touch on how to make it SEO, search engine optimized. So you go here to services, and the different things you can upload might be a one-on-one call, a package, a digital product, a webinar. I could put my course that I just launched on here if I wanted to, and you're going to see that I have started to do that. So here, this is live. My content processes are downloadable. That's public here, but you can also start working on things when they're hidden and you don't launch them until you're ready. Let me edit something and make it SEO optimized, search engine optimized, SEO optimized, so that you can see how that looks. And I'm going to choose this one because, as you will have seen, I don't know if you noticed, on my page here for October only, I have this special deal. And I'm taking that deal off because what I'm doing is I'm lowering the price. It used to be $190, I'm lowering it to $90. So that means I need to take this off because that is no longer relevant. All of this is still relevant because the description of what I actually do has not changed. And I'm going to use SEMrush. There are lots of tools that you can use to do search engine optimization. Ahrefs is one. Mars, you can use this for free for a couple of searches. It's going to block you once you start doing too many. What I'm going to do is type in exactly what I'm trying to sell and then see what people are searching for on Google, on Bing, on all of those sites. So I type in content audit here and I go to search, and SEMrush shows me what people are looking for very slowly. There we go. It's showing me now. So you can change this to United States. Let's say I'm obviously from the UK, so let's change this to United Kingdom and see what people are searching for. But a lot of my clients are in Mexico. I could search for that depending on where you want to target. And you can also change the dates to the past, whatever you want, if you want to check out historical data. But let's go here now. So these keywords here, keyword ideas, are people are searching for these. Like there's 390 people that searched for this in the last 30 days. I think that's what the time I had it in, or today. So that's quite a lot. These little bubbles tell you how difficult it is to rank for these. So you might want to go for something that has a lower volume because it'll be easier for you to rank, i.e., it'll be easier for you to show up on Google. I'm trying to give you like a really simple explanation. So for those of you who are SEO experts, please forgive me. I want to make this as understandable as possible. I'm going to choose one of these because they're much lower, how to audit a website content, and include that in my description here. How to audit website content. I do it all for you. There we go. So that's not my best copywriting work ever, but I am being watched. And as we all know, parallel parking when somebody's watching you is always a disaster. And I want to try and get something about content audit into the short description as well. So let's go back here, SEO content audit, website content audit, content marketing. Yeah, that's the one I want to position for. Get a content marketing audit in just 60 minutes. So that's 60 minutes for them. It takes me much more than 60 minutes to do this, but I present it to them in 60 minutes. And there we go. You set that here, your duration, 60 minutes. You can change the amount. I don't know why it says this, like suggested amount. You can decide how much it should be. What this does is it means the person pays bare minimum $90, but they can pay 120 if they want to. And it comes up as a little suggestion, like this is how much this is really worth that you should pay. And it allows them to pay more if they want to. I don't do that for this, to be honest, because I don't think it's necessary, but it depends kind of what you're pushing. For example, if you're like a nonprofit or something like that, this could be, or just starting out, this could be a really good tool. And I want to show you this. You get to pre-vet the people who book this and ask them questions to help you set up for the call. So you can add loads and loads of questions here. Usually just me knowing what's their primary business goal, what they have, and what evergreen content they have out there allows me to do this. You can add loads more questions. You can hide it if you're not ready to show it. This is another thing, slash pricing. You can make things look even better and it will appear like this on your profile. So there we go, save changes. That's how you can set up a services, an SEO services page. And I'm going to go back, publish profile, and show you, oh, sorry, show you what it looks like. There we go. So this should be updated now there. And as I say, people click on that, it takes them to a booking page. I just think this is a really cool tool. I'm not sponsored by this at all. Just think TopMate is really good and yeah, love them. It's been a great way for me to meet new people. And again, just like Substack, you don't have to have a website. So it will push your stuff to people who have never found you. They're not following you on LinkedIn. They're not in any of your circles. Okay, what's next? Next up, we have okay, LinkedIn Visme. Okay, I have created this with Visme. So that's how much of a convert I am. And the reason I am going to push Visme a little bit is because I'm not super keen on what Canva has been doing politically recently. So I'll let you research that on your own. But I just feel like it's good to have an alternative to Canva. But you'll find that it's the same. I mean, it's not the same. It's just as easy, I should say. It's not the same. They wouldn't like me to say that. You just click start now, create an account like the others. It's a free tool. Um, it's being very slow to load because, of course, I'm using it in all of the different windows. Here we go. So once you're in, you can create a new project. And I've actually created this to suit my featured section on LinkedIn. I'll show you what that looks like, actually. To make your LinkedIn look amazing. Oh no, you're looking at all of my stuff. Me telling people to come and watch me. There we go. This is my profile on LinkedIn. So I used Visme to create this, my profile, my header, and to create these featured sections. I did start using them on Canva. For example, I discovered my font called Bellesa. I just think it's really nice on Canva. But then I moved over to Visme, and I just think this makes it much more, if you are using creator mode, this is a really good way to attract people to your profile and make it look very professional and like you know what you're doing. You can also create great images for your posts. And then what you're doing is organically marketing yourself with great visuals. And I'll show you how to do that. So this is what it looks like if you haven't signed in. I'm going to go back to my main projects, back to my homepage. Oh, maybe I should show you my video. I don't know, chat in if you want to see the video. If not, I won't show it because I don't want to. Oh, I'll come back to these questions. I think Toast is doing a lot of judging too. Oh, are you here? I didn't see you. Hello. I can't see you. I didn't realize that you were here, Toast. I know. I'm being very boring today. Okay, I'll come back to your questions at the end, I promise. So these are some of the things that I've made here. I actually created the content, the Command Your Content course within Visme. It was so easy. And I'm going to show you how to make featured section images. I realize that this is a lot of me sharing my screen, so I appreciate your patience with me as I flick through things. Now, top tip, the size should be 1200 by 644 pixels, I believe it is, 644 to be on the featured section. And that's the little images that I showed you within your page. I just think that this is such a great tool because it's just, this is one thing I really like. Here, font pairs. Now, as a non-designer, this is something I really struggle with, like fonts, picking out good fonts. If you use Visme, it gives you fonts that match together, that look really good together. And it gives you this recommendable combination visually of a sans serif and a serif font. For example, here. Oh, sorry. There we go. So you've got a sans serif and a serif font, another one here, and that's going to really elevate the way that your content looks. You can add in exactly the same as Canva graphics. They've got their own photos that you can add in. You can upload them. I'm not going to fiddle with this too much because like I can just get so caught up in it. What is this? Oh God, what an ugly little character. Okay, but you can add in those things, those animations very easily. And you can also tap into their templates exactly the same as on Canva if you're used to using that. You just go from your home, create new project, and then you can go to social media. You search for headers, you use their templates, you can adjust things as much as you want, or you can make a custom size like I did to make your featured section. And as I said, these are all templates. So what you're seeing me use right now is a template within Visme, and I just think it's very, very easy to do. So getting back to our presentation, if you begin content marketing and you've never done, not even if you've never done it before, I don't know, definitely raise your hand if you use either of these, or drop into the chat if you use something different to manage your content. I really like ClickUp and Trello. I use Notion for myself, but when I'm working with teams, I really like to use these too. They're so easy to collaborate and to keep track of. And you just want to do these because it gives you some accountability so that you're able to measure how often are you putting a newsletter out? What's realistic for you? How many social posts should you be doing? Is it, are you having any success with your services page? Are you able to upload something new every day? Are you able to promote it via your content marketing, via your blogs? So I like these two tools because they're very easy, very visual. They suit most people's learning styles, and also they're very easy to collaborate with. So there we go. And if this was interesting, you're keen to learn a little bit more about content marketing, I'm going to very briefly introduce Command Your Content in a Weekend. You can do it in a weekend. You could probably rush through it and do it in a day if you really wanted to, if you're really dedicated, but you get access to it for 30 days. Command Your Content in a Weekend is a course I've created. It's self-paced. That means that you can do it when you want, how you want. And it's obviously instructed by me. I've created downloadables. I'm sharing a lot of the processes that I use every single day in the simplified way that I feel will be useful to new business owners. And you can get that from me. I'll mention it at the end. I will email you if you like. Just drop me a message and say that you're interested to know a little bit more. And well, let me show you a little bit because I'm very proud of this landing page. This took me a long time. So you can see on here, I'll send again, ask me if you want the link at the end. You can go in here and see the syllabus, all the things that are covered, and you can sign up if you want to or get more information from me, basically. And yeah, if you know me from LinkedIn, TikTok, from my website, great, but I'd love to meet you on the other platforms. And if not, and you hopped in because somebody recommended you to join this, I would love to connect with you and stay in touch. Right, we have 3 minutes left. 3 minutes left. If you're willing to stay on and you would like to, I am going to stop sharing screen. I'm going to answer the questions in here. I have another 30 minutes, of course, because I set aside 30 minutes. But if you don't, no offense if you want to leave.